The mole was Hamura's personal underworld assassin. With a mounting threat behind them, Yagami and Kaito were forced to cut ties with Matsugane. And the two set foot down a path of no return. Finally, the name of a mastermind bubbles to the surface. The man is an AD-9 researcher, Yoji Shono.
Yeah, we learned that Shono, bad guy. Pretty crazy twist there. Thought he was, definitely thought he was also. Maybe we will find out.
Smoke continues to billow out of the Champion District fire as we speak. The apparent cause is a small explosion which took place in a covert gambling hall not long ago. Eyewitnesses claim they heard the sound of explosives being detonated in the establishment. However, the building was deserted by the time firefighters and police arrived on the scene. With the horror of gang violence still fresh in our minds, the incident only raises tension across the city.
Sounds like the plan didn't go so well.
They were desperate. Still, we did manage to talk to Hamura.
Which is how you found out Shono was the one giving him orders, right? Not Director Kido.
Yeah, at least that's a look he was giving us.
You can tell that just from a look?
Give me a break. I don't know how else to put it.
Well, I guess that look is all we have to go off.
Did you come to taunt me or help me?
Don't be mean, Yagami-san. Of course I came to help.
Help how?
I found someone who's an expert on AD-9. Looking into that research paper might be our best shot at finding more leads. And I don't know about you, but I can't understand a word of what it says.
Yeah, same.
But I found somebody who can.
I'm impressed. Good work, Hoshino-kun.
Just don't get mad, okay?
Mad? Why would I get mad?
Well, the expert I found, it's Hattori-san, the journalist you kind of hate.
What?
Please, he's written a lot of articles on AD-9 and has interviewed all the top medical researchers.
That guy? Seriously? There's gotta be some kind of joke.
He said he'd tell us what we want to know, if you asked him nicely.
Yeah, you know what? Let's drop it. I don't care about the paper.
Yagami-san.
What?
That research could contain vital information for this case we're building. This isn't an opportunity we can afford to miss.
But if we ask him for help now, he's gonna want something in return later.
Hattori-san's waiting for you at Kyushu #1 star. Apparently he's doing a story on them. Come on, Yagami-san. Get going.
いらっしゃいませ。ありがとうございました。
And stay down. Hey.
The great calamity.
Hmm?
Yeah, persisting means she kept.
Huh?
It's fate.
It's as if they're purposely using big words. With all calamity, that literally every sentence she says has. Pay attention.
Very well.
Yeah.
Jesus. Ice. Fire yourself.
I'm on it.
I gotta show a street. Main road down at the bottom.
You don't give up, do you? What a waste.
death on him. That's pretty interesting. It's our first time getting one of those, what do you call special?
Really, guys?
All I remember is the jacket. I thought it was a backpack. Well, it's the only one that's overweight. Oh shit. Got caught in the act. Oh my god, there he is. The fact he's coming this way, we might be fucked. I think we're okay. Amber, how's it going, buddy? Okay. Okay. Got his eye on him still. This one's been kind of complicated. There's been 3 different stops that, you know, sometimes it's hard to pick right up when the game stops and like know what the hell is going on or what's around you. Oh my god, that's so funny, that fell over. Crap. Trick one. Okay. Started moving again. So we went back there again. Probably gonna set another thing on fire. Oh, we're not supposed to interfere. Oh, we are? That was weird that I didn't say, like, investigate Little Asia. It just said go to the... Start something. Trying to set a bunch of fires throughout the city. wanted arsonist, so that worked out well. Gotta believe that Sea of Flames reference, something that happened in the previous game. I don't remember.
Yagami-san.
Be dumb. That was cool. How you worded that, I had to read it a couple of times. That was funny. I'm fine. Kind of a weird morning today. Kane's original owner, he just kind of randomly stopped by. So got a chance to visit with Kane for a minute. Might come by tomorrow which most likely to visit with my brothers. Also, probably stuff that's not good to talk about on stream. But also, we found out that Shono, the little twerp guy, that Keto isn't the main bad guy here. Shono's.
Tori-san?
Oh, I didn't notice you there, Yagami-san.
Don't tell me you're using a phone camera to take pictures for your article.
Resolution on these things is plenty high nowadays. You have a problem?
Not really, no. Just didn't know sensationalist food columns were a thing.
I only report on things that interest me. That's my professional philosophy.
Well, is it gonna take a while? I'm here to talk.
Don't worry, I'll be done soon.
This morning when we were outside, dude chased, it was scary. It was scary, but it turned out to be really funny. Dude chased well, there was a cat. And so when I'm out front, there's kind of a long road that goes down this big hill. And down the hill are a bunch of these duplexes and stuff. And so a bunch of people, cars, it's dangerous. At the very bottom of the hill is the main road. It's very dangerous. It's scary. It scared me. I saw the cat, and I knew dude, if he saw the cat, he'd chase after it. So I was yelling at the cat, but I think in the process of doing that, the cat, most of the time when I yell at the squirrels or the raccoons or the other cats, they're pretty quick to get the hint. You get the hell out of here, right? Like, loud noises, let me run. But this one didn't. It was curious. It said, what the fuck is that guy yelling at? And dude and Kane also got the, like, whoa, what's going on? And, like, I'm just trying to make some noise, talking loudly. And dude saw the cat, chased said cat, full speed down the road. And so I had to run after dude, and dude caught up to the cat at like pretty far down the hill. And right when I went over the kind of the hump of the hill, I was able to see what went down. And basically, when dude caught up to the cat smacked dude, and dude was ready to come back. It didn't work out well for dude. But yeah, that's the end of the story. So I was yelling at dude, come back, and then he came back. It's as if he was like, you know what? This is the territory. Don't cross here. You're not welcome. I don't know what he did. So yeah, we that was the end of the story.
All right, I'm done. Thanks for stopping by, Yagami-san. Kinda strange sharing a bowl of ramen with you. I thought the day would never come.
Can you not?
Relax, Yagami-san.
Are you still working for Kajihira?
I'm not sure I'd go that far. He just calls me in for favors every now and again. Helps to be on good terms with the guy. For my job, you know?
Uh-huh.
It'd be nice to be close with you, too, Yagami-san. I heard you were the one who discovered Shintani-sensei's corpse, after all.
I'm here to talk 89. If that's not what this is about, I'm not sticking around.
All right. But you'll owe me for this. Generally, drug development starts with the discovery of a compound that can treat a given disease. That compound becomes the candidate for a drug. They then test its effects on animals, after which the drug heads to clinical trials. Which is a nicer way of saying human experimentation, by the way. As for the process, it can take years, sometimes even longer, to ensure a drug
tough
is truly
dogs,
safe for
bullshit.
public consumption.
Yeah, it's tough. I get it.
Before now, Alzheimer's drugs have only been able to slow the progress of the disease. None can cure it completely. But Director Kito's 89 proved remarkably effective at doing just that when tested on mice. If it can work on humans as well, maybe we can finally kiss Alzheimer's goodbye. At least, that's what the paper they published a year ago claimed.
Interesting.
Yagami-san. In this country, 1 in 4 people over the age of 80 is affected by dementia. That means for a couple in their 50s, there's a good chance that one of their parents has it. And the odds that one member of that couple will develop it themselves is 50-50. No matter how you look at it, dementia is an inescapable issue. If I ever experienced symptoms myself, I'd go to the doctor straight away. In some cases, they can slow the progress enough that you can even keep working. I guess my point is, dementia is not something to fear. It's a possibility to prepare for. Our biggest enemy is ignorance and apathy. Kinda reminds me of someone.
Yeah, if you say so.
Good. I'd like to give you a rundown of what exactly Alzheimer's is then. You interested?
Yeah. There's only one option.
If I say no, right?
You bet I would. Now let's begin. Out of all the diseases that can cause dementia, Alzheimer's accounts for roughly 70% of cases. It's believed to be brought about by buildup of a protein called amyloid beta in the brain. When that happens, nerve cells start dying off and the brain begins to atrophy.
So
So to put this in layman's terms, waste buildup kind of shrinks the brain.
That's one way to put it, yes. But even that is just a theory at this point. There's still much to learn about Alzheimer's.
And when your brain shrinks?
Your memory is impaired. Let me explain. There are 3 processes involved in memory: encoding, storage, and retrieval. Alzheimer's impairs the first step, encoding. This makes it near impossible to remember new things. I'll give you an example that stuck with me. When doctors asked a dementia patient the date, they had no problem producing the correct answer. But when asked the year, the patient said 1952. Their mind was stuck decades in the past. You see, dementia not only inhibits new memories, but jumbles the ones you already have as well.
Crazy. So it's like, that's crazy.
I think I understand.
Good.
So how exactly does 89 cure Alzheimer's?
According to their research, when they injected 89 into the test mice, it brought about a process known as autophagy.
Which is what?
It's a Greek word that means self-devouring. That's what your body starts to do to its own proteins. In other words, all the amyloid beta built up in the mice's brains began to instantly break down.
Instantly?
Yes, and once it was all gone, their Alzheimer's stopped progressing entirely. The most shocking thing is that even brain cells which had lost function were able to recover. As one researcher put it, it's as though the brain turns on a backup generator. If they can bring about similar effects in humans,
They'll have a cure for Alzheimer's.
that's right. There are millions of patients worldwide, and that number is growing steadily every day. If they actually complete this drug, it could truly change the world as we know it. It's nothing short of a dream drug for both buyers and sellers.
If you ask me, it sounds too good to be true.
Excuse me?
I mean, the vice director of the ADDC suspected something fishy was going on with it. But when he started digging around, someone offed him to keep their secret safe. Made it look like a brawl so nobody'd get suspicious.
What kind of secret are we talking?
Like the drug's effects being falsified.
No, there's no chance of that.
Huh? How do you know?
Since the announcement of 89, countless animal tests have proven successful. It's no fabrication. One test after another, they've proven its viability.
And you're sure?
Yes. I'm of the mind they should push forward faster, even if the paper was a little rough around the edges. After all, dementia drugs are being developed all around the world. It would be a shame if someone beat them to the punch, both for the ADDC and for Japan. Kido-san is far too cautious. This is no time to be testing on animals. They need to move to clinical trials and get this thing out.
By which you mean...
Experimenting on humans.
human experimentation. Wait.
What's wrong?
Oh, nothing. Just... Are you absolutely sure there's nothing off about 89?
I guess there is an interesting detail I noticed. Kido-san is listed as the sole author of the 89 research. But in truth, he only put his name on the paper to lend it credibility. The key researcher was someone else entirely. A guy you know too, man by the name of Shono.
So the one I want... It's Shono, huh? So you're saying... Shono's the creator of 89?
Seems so. The paper would never have gained such worldwide traction without Kido-san, though. They needed a leading expert to rubber stamp the research and make it seem more official. That kind of thing is pretty common, though. Not really a cause for concern.
Shono, what's your role in all of this?
It's hard to believe that Shono's the one kind of pulling all the strings. We have another side mission. Maybe it's on the first. There's...
Excuse me. Hmm?
Chotto! Huh? すみませんでした。
Yeah, she's like a artist is to do with her talent.
Hmm?
Kind of artist.
おい。
Don't know.
Chotto!
Even his manager, or whoever the guy is again.
Nah.
You have to be the decoy for this celebrity of sorts.
Hmm.
Huh?
And change. He probably has an outfit that matches Yagami. What the fuck is that? He's a vampire. Like old school. Like Bram Stoker. Like, I don't know. Like old school. Like, I want to suck your blood. Kind of vampire.
Yo, Bram Sylvania Sans.
Bram Sylvania the Third. Turn from the deepest depths of hell. Offer unto me your pulsing blood. Method acting as a vampire, say. Oh my god, I think we're about to get a new costume though. We have to wear this vampire outfit. Oh my god. This vampire gimmick, and it's possible at the end of this mission we'll be rewarded it as a disguise, a possible disguise, which I loved the pilot one, but this is just a little bit of hysterical. Like, that's funny. We're like on a stakeout, and then there's some like vampire just kind of trying to sit really close to you, but be all cool. That's interview with a detective instead of a vampire. We're gonna have to remember that. Offer unto me your pulsing blood. That's his catchphrase, I guess. Okay, guess fire time. Kind of interested in the outfit. We'll just go straight to that right now. Men's entertainment box? There's a friendship in here? Alright, I gotta look.
Domo.
Okay, yeah, it's perverted. It's perverted. Greetings, sir. Would you care to see some breast? Well, don't mind. Oh my god, it's them! It's Yosuke. It's the boy twin. I'm talking some world-class lady loaves here. Knockers that would knock your socks off. Some incredible inflatables.
Huh?
Wait a minute. Yosuke. Oh, Yagami-san. Were you just asking me? Oh, see, I'm actually working part-time as a Parker. Thanks. He is a friend event. We get to befriend him. That's funny.
Hi.
He's a student, also a Barker. Global undertaking. You ready to witness the honkiest hooter experience you've ever had in your life?
Huh?
Oh god, this might get perverse. I might have to close. I don't think anything's gonna happen.
Hey. Huh?
Hi.
Gonna introduce us to some lady with bodacious boobs.
Huh?
A lot of money just yelling at people about Isuke has a bunch of euphemisms for breasts. Yagami wanted to hear what they were, and well, Yusuke says they're jugs, jigglers, jumbos, bosoms, bigums, bazongas, love bubbles, blouse biscuits. Gotta keep going. There's more than I ever needed to hear. He probably has a lot more. A girl named Madoka from the apple pie place down there. That's what he's referring. Weird. I don't know if we'll be doing it. Might be perverse. You pervert.
Yagami-san.
Excuse me.
Hi.
Nah.
Gave it to us, and I think it's already in the outfits. Hey, that fancy gold one that was ridiculous. That's also in our disguises. Wonderful. It's kind of fun that the game does that. It took a little bit before they started giving you some disguises. Wow, creepy.
Excuse me.
Call them over. Catchphrase. Be as dramatic as you can when you say it. Alright. There's nothing. Offer unto me your pulse and blood. I like that they do have on here, I want to suck your blood. Fun. Offer unto me your purest blood. Pulse and blood's the correct one.
Ah.
Now we run. Oh no. Get off. Now we're stuck being interviewed. You deny the reports swirling about all the damage you and your motorcycle gang have caused? Steal from people too? All true.
Yagami-san!
Come to this, just deal with these questions the best you can.
Huh?
All you have to do is answer them like Ram Sama would. Like, fictional vampire I know nothing about with. I was practicing evil deeds. That's so funny. A vampire is above the law. I probably shouldn't say that. That's gonna sound real bad. I was practicing evil. Considering I am darkness incarnate, the crimes of my past are simply practice for my future evil deeds. Practice? Evil? Think upon it. If I was an upright citizen, would that not be more scandalous for a vampire? It's not incredible. Wait. Run away from here. You can't just run away from your past. Everything sucks. Oh, so that wasn't correct. I was supposed to say a vampire is above the law. I am the immortal vampire, above all judgment and laws by any scandals, past or present. Humanity means nothing to me. Your blood is the source of my limitless power, and I have thrived on it for centuries. I don't think that's the question I was asking. Nope. Timing is terrible. Is there a good dancer in there? You're the only one who told me.
Huh?
This is rough. You're pestering him pretty bad. That's funny. Apologize to all the victims himself or return the money. I don't think the dude's gonna want to apologize. Apparently that's wrong. I was supposed to choose the other one. I have my weak human heart that needs to It's exhausting. Oh, this monster.
Huh?
Volunteer work. Counseling the elderly, picking up trash.
Ah.
Yagami-san!
Nice.
Oh, maybe when we run, we'll hop over them. Probably includes us changing our outfit. Where's Ram Sama? And then we're just walking out just casually. us use two different ones. Said about the community service. And this vampire gimmick picking up trash.
Yep.
I don't know if we have any other side missions, so we'll need a music break right next to it.
Yo, welcome back.
Hey there, Yagami-san.
The gang's all here, huh?
How did things go with Hattori-san? Did you learn anything useful?
Yeah, I guess.
Stu. Yeah, I figured. Curious if we put on the music, play through the.
Wait, are you saying there isn't actually anything up with 89? That's what Hattori said, yeah.
This is the first time I'm hearing about Kido not really being involved, though. It's possible Shono's hiding the truth from even him.
Maybe. But first, one term in particular stuck with me from my chat with Hattori-san.
Which is?
Human experimentation.
Go on.
Apparently, 89 is just about ready to be tested on real human subjects.
Well, that's gross. Side effects include bloating, blindness, and death, right?
Knock it off.
Sorry. What's bothering you about that, Yagami-san?
Well, it's just...
Is it the heat?
I've just been
the
thinking,
weather? Sometimes
what if all
if
these
it's too
murders
hot
were
and
secretly
stuff,
experimental
I find it to
trials
be
for
difficult to
89?
breathe outside, sure.
You're
Definitely.
serious?
If Shono's the one behind all this...
What? You think this guy Shono went out, hired an assassin, and started killing people?
Guess it's a bit of a stretch, huh?
Even if these people were test cases,
That's stupid.
why would Shono have to murder
life
them?
sticker
This
on
is
their
a dementia
What is
drug.
that?
That's some
I've
kind
never
of
heard of that.
chemical
What is salt
No,
life?
but what if it really did have some kind of crazy side effects, though? Like, they didn't want to kill the people, but they ended up dying anyways.
It was perfectly fine when they tested it on mice, though. If it ended up killing someone, then... Wait a sec.
Yeah, wait a sec is right. We're on the same page here.
What if 89 was completely harmless to mice, but lethal when introduced into the human body?
And they found that out.
If that was the case, they'd need to perform a ton of experiments to make sure it was fixed. Which is why they killed all those Kyorei guys.
If Shono needed to silence those Yakuza, might have resorted to using the bomb. It's a thing down in Florida and Texas near the Gulf of Mexico. It's like a company for diving, I think, and like saltwater fishing. Do that regularly. A shit ton of people in Tennessee that have that are regularly driving down to the ocean, right? That's so funny. See, I don't really follow social media, and because people that do, they would see that there's constantly new fads and new weird shit that becomes popular for a short period and then like not talked about afterwards. However, when it's like a bumper sticker, man, once you get that on, usually people just leave it on. Weird. I actually thought it was going to be something like negative, like, because people get salty, like, so I figure like Salt Life is just kind of like the Karens uniting, saying, you know what, we know we're a bitch and we're fine with it. Oh, that's dumb. Co-founders include a creepy guy and then a college girl. Holy crap. I see. There's a lot of them. I see. There's one that fit all people. It's kind of like, maybe, I wonder, that's weird. This is like, remember the little guy that pees on everything? For the bumper sticker? For the back window sticker? The little guy that pees on everything? Like, that's a little guy to pee on whatever you need. Whatever you want him to pee on, we got it. It seems like with the Salt Life, they got lots of options, just like that. And maybe that's what makes a successful sticker. Someone should do one of the little man peeing on a Salt Life sticker, and then there you go. That's probably going to be the most popular one.
Back it up. If they're testing a drug, wouldn't they want to use it on an actual patient? I mean, it's not like those Kyorei guys all had Alzheimer's or anything.
That's true.
Oh, damn. I didn't read the comic.
Actually, it
Well, I
says
mean,
here
I know
that
it's
they
like
test
a
new drugs
newspaper
on healthy
comic
humans
that-
as well.
I never.
They're the control group
I
to
only
make
really
sure the
know
drug
of
is safe.
Garfield
Yeah,
in the
eventually.
newspaper.
It wouldn't make any damn
and,
sense for him to start on anyone.
I mean, I
but
guess
real
I've seen
patients,
some
though.
here and there, but I typically didn't really receive too many comics.
Just give it a rest. Try taking this seriously for once.
Yeah.
We are taking this seriously.
That seems
the
one
dumbass kid
that
who keeps spouting
eluded me.
tinfoil hat shit about goddamn human experiments.
The only dumbass here is the guy who can't consider all the possible options.
Oh, is that
Heard of the
right?
name, though.
Next, you're gonna tell me they experiment on old man Waku too. Fucking idiots.
No, that's probably exactly what happened.
Hmm?
That's exactly what happened.
What?
That incident 3 years ago at the ADDC.
Yeah.
The guy who died, Wakasan.
Yeah.
Didn't
That's
he
why
have
they had to cover
Alzheimer's?
it up.
Hey, I think you're onto something.
Huh?
Think about it, Kaito-san. Waku-san was an Alzheimer's patient at the center.
It's funny
We
that
know
Kaido
for a
got
fact
to
that
that.
Okubo didn't
That's
kill
why
him,
that,
but they
that
never
was the
tracked
first
the
thing I
real
thought.
murderer down.
I met Kathy, some lady who needed a fucking Xanax or something. Oh, that was always freaking out about everything. Yeah. I do remember that one. Being very confused as fuck see about. I know sometimes the funnies were kind of like it could definitely go over your head. Especially for children, I would imagine. I enjoyed them, but yeah, a lot of times I never understood the political ones, and to this day I probably wouldn't understand. So yeah, just give me a caddy on you, or what other ones have I? I don't remember. Been a while. Ack, that's her. The lady with the ack. Yeah. I remember her. I guess I probably remember some more comic strips. They were brought to my attention. I guess, yeah. Just trying to find them in my mind is a little difficult.
All right, cool your fucking jets. That
45
happened 3 years ago. AD9 didn't even exist back then.
Yeah.
True, it was only announced last
They
year.
thought it was hilarious.
But all the research that went into that paper would have reached way further back.
Huh? Wait, are we really onto something?
It's hard to say for sure, but it's worth looking into at the very least.
If 89's really what killed Wakusan 3 years ago, the ADDC's finished. Shit would be the scandal of the century.
That's what it is. Keep organizing them for me.
You know, I'm starting to see things a little clearer now. You know,
I have a few more thoughts about this whole human experimentation theory. Mind if we continue?
Oh my god, that's so nice. So that's what that was. That was kind of like an interruption in between, like, you need to take a break, or if you want to do something else, or that. But I don't give a shit. Let's go in.
Sure, let's do it.
Probably a chance to save. Smoke some weed. I got it.
Okay, so let's say Shono did experiment on Waku-san. Why would he do that? They normally do a lot more to ensure a drug is safe before it enters clinical trials. What was his motive for testing it then?
Maybe he wanted to try his groundbreaking new drug on a real live human as soon as possible. If it worked, he'd have the cure. And he'd have it without dealing with all the red tape these things go through. It would have saved him years.
That's possible. I guess Shono was surrounded by dementia patients. One little test wouldn't be a big deal, and if it succeeded, his drug would save the world. If it meant curing Alzheimer's sooner, he might have been okay accepting the risk.
But instead of doing what it was meant to do, 89 had a horrible side effect. Death. The more I think about it, the more it feels like this is how it all went down.
it's starting to make sense.
But now, even though he knows the risks, he's still experimenting and using the mole to do it. I know this is all just a theory, but the pieces all seem to fit together.
Going down that path, Yagami-san, that means Okubo really was innocent, yeah? But he murdered his girlfriend right after. I mean, that's why he's on death row.
Quit it, Sugiura. We'll get to that later.
Yeah.
So, to summarize our theory so far, it all started 3 years ago when Shono accidentally killed a patient during an AD9 test. But those tests are still ongoing. That's why Hamura had all those Kyorei guys killed.
But wait, how would a guy like Shono get wrapped up with Yakuza and assassins? Your run-of-the-mill researcher wouldn't have the cash or connections for that shit.
But what if someone close to him did?
Someone Shono knows who's got Yakuza ties? The hell could that be?
Well, I mean, it has to be Hamura. But no, none of these. Shigura Kajihira, chairman of the Kajihira Group. Minister Kazami from the Health Ministry. Nowhere Minister Kazami has Yakuza ties. Kido, I can't imagine does. I gotta believe it's Shigeru. But yeah, let's try that one.
Shigeru Kajihira.
Missed it.
Chairman of the Kajihira Group.
You think it's the minister?
I'm not so sure about that, Yagami-san.
Huh?
Think about it. The murdered Kyorei Yakuza are Kajihira's men. Besides, there's no evidence of any connection between him and Shono.
I guess you have a point there.
Thanks.
Well, we can rule Kajihira out. Who is Shono's go-between then?
Minister of Health.
The Minister of Health. Naohisa Kazami.
You think an active cabinet member is out hooking Shono up with Yakuza? Seriously?
I suppose the minister would have enough power. But I'm not sure he has the motive. Especially not for such a risky move.
Who else do we have then?
Someone who could get Hamura and Shono in touch. Huh.
Kido? I don't understand why we didn't go to Kido in the first place. That's okay. But like, I just assume. All right, I don't know. They're gonna explain something here that I don't know.
Director of the ADDC.
Oh, I see what you mean.
I kind of liked
Kido
how
would have access to ADDC
that was
funding.
like process of elimination, and
There's
then
even been
then
talk
it
of
came
him
to
having
him.
ties to the Yakuza somehow, right? I think you've cracked it, Yagami-san. It had to be Kido.
I don't know if that's really true.
Why?
Think back to the '89 press conference. You remember the look on Kido's face? He was so proud, innocent even. But if he knew about all this human experiment shit, no way he'd look like that.
Kid's got a point.
Then maybe
Like
he was
Shono
only
looks
told
the
about
way
the
he does.
experiments after the conference took place. That would still make sense, right? First, Shono gets Kido to sign off on the '89 paper and publicly gives him all the credit. Thrilled about the possibilities, Kido proudly presents the research at that press conference. There's no turning back after that, even if he found out about the experiments.
His face is the face of the drug. Oof.
That's probably how Shono got Kido on his side.
Yeah, Shono fucking played
He
him.
then used Kido's funding and connections to bring in Hamura and the Mole.
I'm gonna be on for another
It
like.
feels like all the pieces
To
are
be
falling
honest,
into place.
I'm not 100% sure, but
That means
probably somewhere between 2.5
Kido's
and
not
3 hours.
actually the one in charge.
Right. Shono is behind everything.
Let's say you're right. When did Shono start using this guy? When was the Mole's first murder?
First time Shono actually used an assassin would have to be just a long time ago, right? 3 years ago when Waku died? No. When he started killing Kuryu 6 months ago. Oh my god, Hashiki died 6. Oh yes, it was. Was that the first one in the confrontation in the streets? So 3 years ago then. 3 years ago then. That would have been the first one, right? What? Yes. Yeah. 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 You're right. You're right. Let's go with the 3 years ago. I just don't know who Waku is for sure. I'm just hoping that due to the time frame, 3 years, we're going to be referencing what we're talking about, the girl. All right, I'm gonna do it.
Shono murdered a patient, Waku-san, 3 years ago. He and the Mole may have started working together then.
Right.
But that was probably an accident, right?
Right.
He didn't mean for Waku-san to die. In other words, he wouldn't need the mole.
All right. Maybe it was a different time then.
Okay, let's go.
Well,
I think it's a
when was it?
confrontation in the streets. I think it was a confrontation because how I kind of see is that murder in the street kind of to me feels like the first time, and then since then the assassin had perfected his gimmick.
Probably Hashki's death 6 months ago.
And why do you say that?
Hashki inching closer to the truth about 89 was a serious problem for Shono.
Yeah, he was. Oh yeah, that guy got himself killed
But as
because he
we
thought
know,
he could trust
Shono
Shono.
was in a taxi
Yeah,
at the time
Shono
of
was
the
when he
beating.
did not want to express his grievances.
Meaning someone else must have been responsible for Hashki's death.
The
Right.
man in the black raincoat. He's the mole?
I think
Yeah.
maybe.
Only the best of the best assassins would have the skill to do what they did to Hashki.
Can't argue with that.
Who knows how close Hashki was to finding out about the human experimentation before he died.
Yeah, and if he had, that would have been the end of the line for Shono. Seems like a plausible motive to me.
So what, everything just makes sense? I don't know.
Looks like Sugiura still isn't totally
If
on
you have
board.
something to say it.
I mean, this is still just a theory, right? It all sounds almost too convenient.
What do you mean?
If Shono killed Waku-san at the ADDC 3 years ago, then Okubo, the primary suspect in the case, would be totally in the clear.
Yep. Already proved that in court, remember?
But Okubo, he killed his girlfriend right after.
I don't think so
He
though.
stabbed her over and over. Even set the place on fire.
I think
Reeked
he's
of
gonna
booze,
make
too,
it clear what we
even
were
though he
saying.
was supposed to
about
be
what you
dry.
said. You said the
Defend him
girl.
all you want. But the guy's a murderer. That's why the whole thing was such a big deal. Everyone realized the court made a mistake. It took the death of an innocent girl for them to realize that Okubo probably did it after all. Yet here you are, claiming the court got it right. Claiming Okubo's innocent. But you just don't want to feel responsible for Emi Terasawa's death. That's it, isn't it?
Enough, Sugiura. You're way out of line, and you don't know shit.
I know. Why are you jumping to that conclusion, you dickface, man? I thought we were buddies.
I know I get swept up in my emotions pretty easily sometimes. All the same, I'm trying to be fair here.
Are you?
So if we want to treat Yagami-san's theory like it's the truth, then we'll have to figure out whether or not Okubo is innocent. If he actually killed Waku-san.
And
Well,
how are you
I'm
suggesting
for
we
that.
do that?
I don't know.
It's simple. We just go to Okubo and ask if he did it.
You want to talk to him face to face? Meeting with a death row inmate isn't that easy.
A lawyer like you should have no problem setting that up, right?
He can't stand me, though. From day one, Okubo insisted he was innocent, that he didn't kill Emi. But I abandoned him. Told him he'd be better off just giving up.
Fine. But that's a pretty weak excuse for not going to talk to him now. If you really want to pursue this case, you don't have a choice, Yagami-san.
Well,
Hoshino-kun,
Yes?
let's go talk to Okubo. Think you can arrange that for me?
I can try. Let me get in touch with the prison.
Thanks. I'll be at Genda's if you want to find me. Looking over the old case files.
All right.